What is going on, guys? Today is a pretty big day for the 240. So you can tell by the title that we got new car parts for sure, like that happened, and they're down there. We got some Mishimoto Radiator stuff to keep this RV nice and cold. So we're going to be putting that in today. So the reason I'm going with a new radiator is because here's the old one, and I think it's just some eBay brand one. So I'll just replace it, you know. And then unfortunately I don't have the other one of these or the other one of this low rubber there for this side. It didn't come with the car, so we'll have to work around that. But in case you're new, this KA is going to come out and that's going to go in. It's a RB20DET. Got a nice big turb ski on her. So that's what's going to go in the 240. And if you've seen a straight 6 in a 240, it stops right about the tip of the clutch fan, or a little further, or no, right about there, and then the crank pulley goes probably to there, that logo. It's really hard to get a fan in there because the clearances are so close. So we're going to take the radiator and we're going to cut the core support up, lean the radiator forward, and then put a removable core support, mount the radiator to there, and then from there we can also mount the intercooler. And then that way pulling the motor will be easy and I'll have enough room for my fans. Okay, so you guys are probably wondering what radiator I got and what fan setup I got, so I'll show you guys real quick. Alright guys, before I get into showing you guys the actual radiator and the fans, I just want to say shout out to Mishimoto for packing them so well. There's so much of this surrounding the radiator that during shipping there's no way anything could happen to it. The fans got some foam in there, so there's good on there too, but this is great. I really appreciate that. As a consumer, I'd like to know that my product is not getting damaged before it gets to me. You know, it's just a courtesy thing. Ta-da! This thing is so nice. It says Mishimoto on there. It's got the Mishimoto Radiator Cap. And then KAs and RBs have the same, their hoses are on the same side. So we're good there. I didn't have to get an SR one where it's got, I think the top is over here on an SR. Or the bottom's over there. One of the two. And then we've got our drain plug at the bottom right here. When you get a radiator from Mishimoto, they only hand tighten the drain plug. They mention it on their website, but it's not like an obvious thing. It's just kind of on there. So if you do get a Mishimoto radiator, make sure to double check the drain plug because they only hand tighten them from factory. Alright, so now you've seen the radiator, so let's look at the fans. It is their dual fan shroud. Oops, I dropped the hardware box. This guy. This, I think it is 2200 CFM for both fans. Something like that. Something nice. This will be plenty. I'm also going to run an oil cooler, and I think I'm going to put a little fan on the oil cooler as well to keep the oil cool. And I may or may not put a fan between the intercooler and the radiator, just because since the intercooler is blocking the radiator, air still goes through it, but air travels through the path of least resistance. So if there's an intercooler in the way, it's going to try to go around it. So if I have a fan forcing air through the radiator, then that'd probably be good. And then have these two fans behind it. So yeah, probably just a little fan, maybe like an 8-inch fan or something, nothing big. And then just have that wired in with these to turn on at the same time or something. I still don't know if I'm gonna put them on a fan controller or just a switch and then call it good. Alright, so now we're just gonna leave these on the side for now until we're ready, and we're gonna start getting everything out of the way so we can pull the radiator out. Okay, now that we've got everything out of the way, the only thing keeping this in is the hoses. So we're going to drain the radiator, and then we'll take the hoses off, pull the radiator out, and then go from there. Alright, well, time to get this tongue off this bumper, because this bumper is never going back on the 240. Because we got a Street Faction bash bar coming in, and from there, we're going to build a bumper off that. So, rip tongue. Alright guys, so we're going to have to pick this up later, most likely tomorrow, and then we'll get everything done, hopefully. But yeah, I've got to do some things today. So yeah, this is where we are right now. We've got the front bumper off, we've got both fenders off, and we also took the radiator out, we took the battery out. I'm going to get a new battery because that battery's dead, and 117, so let's just get a new one. Alright guys, so it's the next day, so today we're going to be finishing up installing the radiator. She's in the same condition that we left her in yesterday, so I went ahead and I marked out where I'm going to cut. But first I'm going to take the headlights off, and then I'm going to take the bash bar off, and then get all the wiring and stuff out of the way so nothing potentially gets in the way. Here's one of the headlights on the driver's side. The passenger side I haven't done anything to yet, but if you noticed, the headlight motor is right where the cut is, and since the radiator is going to be leaning forward, this is most likely going to be getting in the way. So I'm deleting that, and this was my solution. I just took the part that goes on the motor and I just bolted it to the actual headlight frame so it sits how it should. So yeah, it's like that. It's up where I want it, and it's pretty sturdy. It's not bolted in right now, but hopefully I don't get any of this shake like I have here. And so now I'll just do the same to this one. Just drill a hole and put a bolt, some hardware on there, and then you're all good. Alright guys, so we've made some pretty good progress. We just got the biggest step probably done. We've got it cut off. It's just sitting right there. So look how easy it would be to pull the motor out when it's like this, instead of having to go over the cross member or core support that was there before. So we are going to put a plate here, or like a cap I guess, put a cap there, same on this side, and then from there I'll cut this off too. We're gonna build a little, like, out of this we are going to build like a plate that'll like kind of go over this and bolt to right here, and then from there come out with some tubing and then go over and then connect to there, and then that'll be removable with like 2 or 3 bolts on each side. Alright, so it's been a long day, and honestly I haven't made a whole lot of progress, so that's awesome. So this is what we've got done. I've got one of the brackets done. This took so long to get. I think it came out pretty good. It's a good look, but it was a nightmare. And then when it was done and good, I welded on the inside of here, and you know, here all the places that I welded on the outside, I welded on the inside as well to help strengthen it. And then the welds were in the way of it sitting here, so I couldn't fit my grinder in there to grind the welds down, so I had to trim back a little more of the actual core support itself. So that was cool. So now I gotta do this side. But with this, I mean, it is on there. With these 2 bolts, that'll be plenty. Okay, so here we've got the brackets. This one is done. I already got it bolted in, and I tightened the bolts too, and it is on there. It's sturdy, it's not going anywhere. So that's awesome. And then this one is just about ready. I just ground everything down so the welds it looks more flush, I guess. Looks more like this one, how it's all smooth. And so I just got to drill the 2 holes for it, and then, ow, that was hot. That kind of hurt. So I just got to drill the 2 holes for it, put the hardware in, and then I'm going to call it a night because it is nighttime. So we're going to have to pick this up tomorrow. What is up, guys? It is day 3 of trying to get this radiator in. Before we get started today, something came in today that I wasn't expecting until tomorrow. My clutch came, and it came with a throw bearing, but it also came with the pilot bearing. And it didn't say that it came with the pilot bearing, but that's a plus, even though this is only like $5. But this is like $50 or $45, something like that. And then it came with a alignment tool, of course. And then here's the pressure plate over here. And I just wanted to make sure that it lined up on the flywheel. I'm gonna get the flywheel resurfaced before we put the clutch on, because you know I kind of have to. But yeah, so I just wanted to make sure that fit and it lines up. I don't know what stage clutch this is. It's like 3 or 4. It holds 515 foot-pounds of torque, which we're gonna be well under that, so we'll be fine. Okay, so here's where we left off. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna cut this off to where it's more like this one, you know, it flows better. But so the radiator, because it sits here, this lip is in the way, so we're gonna cut it off and then probably weld it back, you know, so it's just flat the whole way so the radiator can lean. And if we need to cut more, then we need to cut more. It's gonna be like a play it by ear kind of thing. Okay, so here's what I have so far. This has literally taken all day and it's been really annoying. I cut out all the old parts for the lower section of the core support, so I have room to lean the radiator. And luckily my old radiator, this guy, this eBay trash radiator, which actually I never had any issues with, I didn't overheat or nothing. But then again, my cooling gauge didn't work, so maybe I did. That is the same dimensions as the Mishimoto one that I got, so I can mock everything up with that and I don't have to potentially damage my nice radiator. Alright, so a couple of things, reasons why it's taking so long is because, one, it's hot, and I have to wear a jacket, a long sleeve, with the welding gloves, because I've done it without them, and then I got sunburn on my arms, and I didn't like that. Because it's UV rays from the welding. So yeah, you should always have a full body protection just in case, because the stuff's really hot, it hurts and you can get sunburned. And then the other thing is car chassis, unibodies anyways, the metal they use is super thin, so trying to add a thicker metal to thin metal is complicated. So I'm still, I'm not a welder, I just have a welder, so yeah, I'm still learning, but we're getting there. It's just taking so long, and I want to get this done today because tomorrow we're gonna pull the motor. Alright guys, so we're getting closer, we're almost done, but we're at the final stretch and it's sort of hard. Okay, so here we've got the bars that are going to come out, and this is what's going to go like right here in the middle between them. It'll sit better, but this one I want to go off of where this one is at because I think that's in a pretty good spot. So getting this one to line up, and it's still hot, getting this one to line up is sort of tricky. Right now it's an inch lower than that one. So if I can just move this up an inch, then hopefully we should be good. But yeah, once we get that on, here, let me show you how the radiator fits. Okay, so radiator is gonna lean forward about that much. So stock is right about there. That's about the stock position, and we're going to be like that. So I think we'll be good. The RB is going to stop right around the clutch fan, and then the crank pulley is going to extend a little bit further. And I got the slim fans, so we should be good. Alright guys, so I got everything tacked on, and everything looks pretty good. It's pretty straight. The radiator, for some reason, that side is sitting higher than that side. I think it's because the rubber feet at the bottom, that one's not on all the way, or something like that. But, I mean, pretty even with the, well, it's pretty even with that guy down there. Alright guys, the moment we've all been waiting for. You may notice that this is just like, I think it was vacuum line, because I don't have the other rubber piece that goes there, so that is most likely going to change. But everything's tacked together, you know, it's not like permanent, so, but I took the bolts out, the holes, you know, lined up, good to go. So you just take it and you just lift up, and then we've got this. And look, then you just take the radiator out, and then it's super easy to pull the motor. And then when you go to put it back, you just got to make sure to get the radiator in first. And you just drop your hardware in, put the nuts on the other side, and boom. We are pretty much done. I'm gonna add a bar going from here down to here, like how it was stock, just for some extra support. But yeah, so I'll weld everything and then I'll put the caps on here, but I'll do that later. That probably won't be in a video. I just want to get this video out there because this literally took 3 separate days to do this. So yeah. Alright guys, so I'm gonna end it here. I'll finish up and I'll just do that off camera because this video is going to be long enough. You guys don't need to see that. You essentially know what's going to happen. But tomorrow is Tuesday for me. Whenever this video goes up, I don't even know. It might go up Tuesday. We're pulling the motor. We're going to get the KA out, and then we'll clean the bay and we'll get it prepped because I want to paint it and I want to tuck all the wiring and everything, make it look good, and relocate a few things to the cabin because, in case you're new, this car, I take it off-road, that's why there's a light bar on the top. And light bars in the mirrors, because take it off-road, so. And it's also good on a street car, like light bars, like you really should consider putting light bars on. Canyon runs at night with a light bar, especially one on the roof, which you don't have to do, but I mean, one on the roof, it lights everything up. It's awesome. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you did, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Yeah.